thing is really, really hot. So. Oh my goodness, this is thick. Oh my goodness, it's like it's very dark. It's dark. I'm trying to do something down my office at home, but it's like it's so dark. I don't know what's happening. Let me see whether this will be good. I think this way is clearer. Hi, James, Jenny, welcome. I'm trying to do something from my office at home, but it's like it's very, 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 very dark. Okay, let me change this location. Probably is better this way. Looks let's see what I do this way. Okay, a bit better this way. Oh. I think it's a bit better this way, but hello Jenny, welcome, welcome. I'm trying to do something in my office downstairs, my house, but it seems I don't know why it's so dark. Okay, let me go and bring something for it to be clear. It's really, really dark. Let me go get a fan and something. Yes. I'm online. The place is okay. Let me go do something. Come watching. Come. 15 people online. Come on back. I want like. So hot. Chai, maybe. I'll keep our bottle. I'm good, lonely girl. I'm good. I'm good. Trying to do something here. Oh my God, this Cameroon is so hot. Okay, I'm in the office. Come on, but like the video. Have 25 people online, man. Is it for real? I mean, you have just one like. Yes, I'm from Africa. Yes, precisely Cameroon. Yes. 25 people online, one like. Today is a ghost town day in Limbe, and I just said let me stay at home. Yeah. I've just turned it on. That's why I'm feeling good now. It's my office downstairs where I stay, like home office. So I just said, let me do something short, educative, and more. Because once you have a YouTube channel and you don't update it often, you lose or you focus or you lose some few important people who used to come, and I don't want to leave it dormant. So right now I'm at home. I said, oh, let me just do it upstairs, and I'm doing it downstairs. Yeah, that's it. One like, come on board and like the video. Today I don't really have much to say. I want to talk on, let me see. I want to talk more on, I'm American, more happy. There you go. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. So what's up, girls? Yeah. That's me. That's me. But that picture was taken about 15 years back. Yeah, that's me. I have so many here. When I moved out from my main office and I since I'm constructing my real office, and I just decided to bring them back home. I have so many of them here. Takes me down memory lane. Yes, so takes me down memory lane. I see that there are 30 people in the house. I guess I should continue with what I want to say. Or like I say, like I always say, it's not everybody that is on YouTube that's there for trouble or to ferment problems. No. There are lots of lessons to be learned here. Educate people on the way to go on with things of life. Thank you. Lil 45, my beautiful girl. I think I have to make you an admin, but I think probably the next time you come in, because now I'm sitting in the office and it's a bit far. So my topic of today will be, I just want to guide people on adoption, the procedure once you file it here in Cameroon and you take it abroad to file it, because people have been getting to me. Most people don't even want to do it, saying that when they do the adoption, when it gets to America, it's very difficult for them because they ask them some particular questions that they don't know how to answer. But I always tell my clients and every other person that does it from another lawyer that normally the first thing that baffles people is when they say, you must show proof that you've stayed for 2 years with this case prior to adoption. Most often than not, you know that people don't stay with the kids. But when they talk about staying, I mean having legal custody of their child. What is legal custody? Legal custody is like, even though you are in the US or wherever you are, you were taking care of this child for the 2 years before the adoption. Yes, you can say if they say 2 years, it therefore means you had been doing it even before 2 years, and before that 2 years. It's for them just show proof that you've been sending money, the children were under your legal adoption, your legal custody, like to make you understand that you knew this child from the beginning before adopting, because people have been doing that is to avoid child trafficking and the rest. But most people don't understand the question. They say, you can, it means that you should be physically present. It's practically impossible for you to be physically present in Cameroon, or let me say in Nigeria or wherever, while adopting a child. You cannot, because they know, even in America, they see you, everything there, they know when you're working, they know. So when you go out 2 years, it's not possible for you. So that's a very simple technique that people fail to understand. And that's why they refuse a visa, because they don't know how to justify it. 2 years means that legal custody. You are taking care of these children for 2 years. Hello, New York. 2 years prior to the adopting them. In Cameroon, they do it so well, but I realized that when you contact a lawyer in America, they always don't submit it accordingly, the way the questions are being asked, because you pay the lawyers, they are supposed to know those things. But normally they revert back to you, and they'll come back to Cameroon at times to do legal custody and all those things, to take much time and waste of money and amount. The just simple truth is, like, once you do an adoption in Cameroon, the question that they will ask you to show proof whether you had been in this children's life for the past 2 years before you adopted the child. The answer is yes. We have been in their life. You have been in their life. How were you in their life? By taking care of their needs, their schooling, their welfare, and every other thing. Then you have to argue, substantiate them with the receipts, like you've been sending them money on a monthly basis, your family, the things that you've been doing for them back home. That's all they need. They don't need anything. Normally, you know, they know what they do. They'll bother you with so many questions. They will come with affidavit, show affidavit, this, you can stay with them, every other thing. Once you reply to them, always reply all the affidavits. When they talk about legal custody, you say yes, you have legal custody. What's the legal custody? The fact that at times when it's difficult, you go back to court and they make you a custody. Prior to that, you had custody, and that's like an affidavit from court. That's what most people don't know. So that's why I was saying that I will talk about adoption. Then how do you adopt somebody from Cameroon? You have a procedure. The procedures like the forms. Now in course you fill the form. Like you as a lawyer, there are documents that the families that the applicant submits to the lawyer, like your passport or your how do you call this thing? Resident permit, your pay stop, your medical something to show that you have. Then you show a link. Then in court before you file the affidavit of consent from the parents so that they can not come and say that you adopted this child without their knowledge or consent. Few things, all those that you pay your lawyer, how much it depends on the lawyer. Some ask more, some ask low, but you pay your lawyers exactly, and it's filed in court, and they do your adoption. Then once they do it, they endorse it behind the child's birth certificate. They endorse the ruling behind the child's birth certificate to prove that that child has been legally adopted by you from that court. So you can use that document now. Okay, so yeah, I don't know how you get to me, but I'm just giving you the tips. So you can use that particular document. Now, where are you? Are you a Cameroonian? So, Sonia, are you a Cameroonian? If you're a Cameroonian, I don't know how you get to. You look for a lawyer, and the person does that for you. So that's the procedure. Your passport or your resident permit. If you're married, your marriage certificate to show that both of you, the couples have accepted to adopt the child. Your pay stub to show that, to prove your resident that, like, I'm staying in this particular place. Those are the things that they call them here back home. The child's birth certificate, affidavit of consent. Okay, the affidavit of consent from the parents. Then there's a social welfare report to prove that. Okay, then that's good. Sonia is good. Then we talk behind the scene. I don't know how you get to me, but whatever. Even if I don't, if you talk behind the scene, just look for a way and get to me. They will know what to do. My name on Facebook is Nfamto531. So then that's good. That's very good. How old is the child? Then another thing, the maximum age of adoption for a child in Cameroon is 16 years. Once the child passes 16 years, it poses a lot of problems because the adoptive age is 60 before he gets to 16. Even if before the child, even if he turns 15 tomorrow and you have the adoption today, it's still valid. But after 16, it's not tenable. People do different things, but it's not tenable because the adoptive, the limit is 16 years. So adoption is very easy, it's very good. And once you go to the US, most people, friends have been saying that they don't give them, is because of the way their lawyers feel it, or because of the way you answer the questions. They will tell you all sorts of things. They will tell you this, but read between the lines and reply accordingly. Yes, you've had custody of this child, legal custody of the child. If you say you are staying with the child, it's practically impossible for you to be staying with that child while in the US. That one they know, and they will that's where they will trap you. You say, yes, I've had legal custody of this child because I was responsible for the upkeep, well-being, welfare of this child. So that's the basic thing about adoption. That is what most people have been confused about, that most Cameroonians, they do adoption for 10 years, it does not go through. That's how it is. The problem is not with us here because the lawyers do a good job here. The problem is with the lawyers in America or the people who are doing it for you over there. Like I said, I know that most of you are very busy, but there are times if you want to do those things, sit by yourself on the computer and read through. So you answer all the questions. So if you have any difficulties now, you can call someone, the lawyer who did the adoption back home, and the person will guide you properly. That's what adoption does back people. That's why they are having difficulties with adoption. And I will tell each and every person that it's good. Like, you know, back home there is a lot of people who suffer. There's most of your relatives. It is not as easy as, even though anywhere it's not, even in America it's not easy. You can just do something to help one person back, one of your relations back home. And once you adopt the child, it does not mean that if you adopt the child, you take the child immediately. No, you can adopt the child, and the child stays in Cameroon until the person finishes high school, and comes over to the US. Even if you adopt a child that is 1 year old, so far as you have adopted that child, it still remains valid. So the child can be staying here in Cameroon while you are there, and you can file for the child anytime, and the child can be coming for holidays and come back. But then the bottom line is you adopt the child before she gets 16. So all that myth that they are saying that after if you adopt the child, after a while you don't bring the child to cancel, no, it is not. It is not. Because it's your right to adopt a child and you keep the child here in Cameroon while the child is still going to school. So all those myths that people are saying, those are street talks. The real thing is adopt the child. If you are not capable of taking the child along because of your busy schedule or whatever, you can keep the child back home while you are. Yes, adoption can be done while the parents are alive. That is why they are giving affidavit of consent, that they consented to the child being adopted by you. It's in the court record. Very, very possible. If the parents are dead, then it's a guardian ad litem that will give the consent that the child has been staying with. But while the parents are alive, it's very possible. It's possible, not even very possible, because then the parents will give an affidavit of consent that they've allowed their child to be adopted based on, yes, because they are not incapable of taking care, because the life you provide to the child over there, the parents cannot give it here. So it's possible, yeah. So that's how it is. Then in another, I think that's the main topic that I really wanted to touch on an adoption, because that's what has been bothering most people, that they said, oh, what do? We try to adopt out there. People. Don't listen to anybody, because somebody's experiences cannot be your own. No, you don't need to. No, you don't need to travel. You don't need to travel. Once you are the applicant, then you consult the services of a lawyer. Then the lawyer files in court, and with all your documents, you don't need to come. You just need to give a how do you call it, power of attorney for somebody to stand on your behest. The person will stand in court. The child is in court. The parents are in court. It's good for the parents, the child, to be in court present. Then the person that you gave power of attorney is present before the courts. Everywhere in the world, power of attorney works. So that one is as easy as ABC. You don't need to be there present. You don't need to be present. But if you're coming for holidays, or if you're coming any period that you want to come to Cameroon, for it to be more effective or good, you can just say, okay, they can do it within that period that you are in Cameroon, that you appear in court in person. That's another good thing. But there is no condition sine qua non that you must be there. No, it's not. So that's it. More questions? Are there any other more questions on adoption before I go to other topics? So that's how it is. So the problem is not in Cameroon. The problem is the filing over there in the US. And I would advise anybody who wants to do adoption that once you've done it in Cameroon, consult with your lawyer in here, so they will tell you exactly what to do. If push comes to shove and you cannot do it, you cannot do anything. Let their lawyer do the lawyer back home can do you an affidavit of prior, that's a custody, something of custody, that you had prior custody to this child before this. But based on what they will ask, some people, they don't ask them those questions. So they don't ask them those questions, but others, they ask them, and that's what they do. So that's what I'm trying to say, that people should don't be afraid to adopt your siblings, your sister's children. That's the only thing you can give them. That's how you see these people. We see other people. You see one family, all of them are abroad because they try as much as possible to take their siblings or their family members out. And by the time you know it, everybody is out there. For those mothers who don't have kids, and they really need children, there are possibilities for you to adopt from Cameroon too. I know to take a child from the orphanage is really difficult because of what those people who own the orphanage they do. But it's possible. There's a way you can follow it. But those people from the orphanage, it's like they want a lot of benefits that the people give them. It's difficult to adopt a child from the orphanage, but it's still possible. I tried it once and I fought with a lady, but then how do I give you my number on the online? Again, Olivia. Again, I don't know. Okay, again, if you're on Facebook, my name on Facebook is Nfamto531. So you can write me on my messenger, then I will give you my number, then we talk, please. Because I cannot give my name, I can give it even here anyway, but it's true. Waka Waka, you're welcome. And those kids turn 21, is it possible to later file for their biological parents? No, their biological parents now, you are the biological parents. You get my point? So you cannot file for them. So you cannot file for them because you now, having adopted them, you've become their biological parents. But there is a way they can use to bring their sisters, their siblings, that kind of thing. Once a child is adopted, assumably that child belongs to you now. You are no longer their biological parent. But us in Africa, we know exactly what to do. But there is a way they can still bring their parents. They can still bring them, like when they are graduating from school, they have this opportunity to invite people, but not as their biological parents, because by giving them relinquish that rights of being their father any longer. That's how it is. They cannot. Not based, they can invite them, but not as their biological parents. That's how it is. Because you already, in records, you have another parent over there, which is you who adopted. Yeah, that's how it is. Any more questions on that? Let's exploit this topic, because there are so many people who don't know exactly the procedure of this adoption. In Cameroon, it's very simple. You just consult with your lawyer, he gives you the price, and they do it that way. Then in America, what most people do in America, they have difficulties in America. That's where the difficulties is in America, how to file it. Thank you, Mr. Books. Yeah, that's it. So the topic of this adoption has been bothering a lot of people, and there are times they say, I don't want to, because they deny forgive me for America. No, they don't refuse. It's a way your lawyer in America filed it. That's why they refuse giving them. Okay, Waka Waka, it's okay. At least you know me now. Those are things we can do. You need to, your sisters, children, you can take one or two and help them. Like I was saying before you came, you can watch it, you can go behind and watch. I was saying that you must not take the child immediately, adopt the child. No, if you know that will be a burden to you, like those of us in America, you know the way they work. There's a lot of you go at times to leave the house and come in the evening, and if you bring a small child, it will be like a hindrance to your working schedule. But what you should do is, like, you can still adopt that child, and you keep the child here in Cameroon until she gets to a particular age that she can stay at home alone. She can do things her way. It must not be that when you adopt the child, you must immediately file for the child to come over. No, it's not like that. That's the mistake that so many people do. Even at the age of 1, you can adopt a child. You get my point? Immediately that child is delivered, you can adopt that child, keep the child in Cameroon while you are taking care. The only problem that you need to show proof that you've been taking care of this child. That's it. So that's where people mistake a lot. They think that this is that immediately you adopt the child, you have to take the child along. No, it's not like that. Just adopt it, keep it for records, so that in case of anything, you can assist that child anytime the child comes to the US. People adopt children and they finish the university and they go to school, they complete the university, then they take them over because it's easier for them then. So that's how it is. It depends on who. In Cameroon, the highest is 2 months. Highest. I mean, if I want to do in Cameroon, mine is 2 weeks, 3 weeks, because I file immediately. They send it to the judge. I serve the state council. I take a fast date and I do it before I go. But I said that's why I'm saying the highest can be 2 months. Highest in cost can be 2 months. Okay, before you came, I had said it. If you are filing from the US, okay, that's what Mr. Books is saying. I was talking about the American, or I don't know about the billionaire man said you're welcome, darling. I don't know about the Europe one. I'm talking about America because that's where I stay, and so many people have been telling me about that. I've been helping a lot of people on that. But Europe too, I don't know. But maybe if I read the Europe law, I will tell you the loopholes that they fail to understand. Because the lawyers there, it's not practical. It is not. They don't do it like us. You get my point? They don't do it like us. We do it here in Cameroon. So you can only be helped by your lawyer who did your adoption here, because exactly we know the procedure here. The questions that they give you, your lawyer can help you to fill them out. Yes, yes. You can tell your mother to adopt your niece, but there's a age limit. That's what before you came in, I was saying 16 is a maximum. 16 years. When she turns 16, is another way that you can use. But 16 is the maximum age of adoption in Cameroon law. And I don't think about before she turns 16, your mom can adopt her. Yes, she can adopt your niece. That's one is possible. Okay, like Waka Waka said, what are the things that you need? Waka Waka was saying that some, like for you in the US, what you need your passport information. Like if you're a citizen, but if you're not, you are a resident. That's what you need. You need your pay top. You need your, if you're married, you need your husband's marriage certificate and your consent from your husband. That if you're married, both of you should send it so that it shows that it's both of you that have adopted the child. But in Cameroon, what we need in Cameroon is just the child's birth certificate, the parents' affidavit of consent. Like I was saying, like somebody asked if the parents are still alive. Yes, affidavit of consent to prove that they are not against you adopting that child. Affidavit of consent. They will go to court. Then their parents will be in court with them, so that they don't come behind and say that they did not give you authority to adopt their child. That's how it is. That's all you need. Then while in Cameroon, you do now the social security, social welfare reports. Then you do that. That one is done by a court, by the social welfare that is attached to the court. Like they make a report based on what it entails. That's it. That's all you need. Not much, not many documents, just few. Okay, before you came, Voice of the Voiceless, I was saying that adopting a child from the orphanage is one of the most difficult things. And it's not difficult per se. It's difficult because the people of the orphanage wants to make it that difficult. Normally, that's where it is good to adopt a child. But I don't know, it's because of the benefits that they have from people that will come and give them those bag of rice that they refuse. Because I had a fight with one from the orphanage, one man from the orphanage, and he refused to adopt children who are suffering. You get my point? It is them, but I've not read the law in Cameroon. What does it take to adopt a child from the orphanage? Because I think that is even the best place to adopt a child, because a child from an orphanage assumably does not have a parent, does not have anybody. Those are people who even need help. But you see, people who own those orphanages, they are somehow greedy. Because I don't understand why you have the opportunity to groom people and people want to come and take the children and you are refusing. That is unheard of. The government need to do something on that, and I think I will try to find out about that. I will try to find out the procedure. Then the next time I'll come on that, because we need to be taking this people who owns orphanage to court. Because if somebody cannot come and they are giving you, I had somebody who really desperately need the child from the orphanage, and the person has been helping the orphanage a lot. But when she got there to take the children, it was a heck of trouble. It wasn't easy, and I was like, but why are people so greedy? It's not as if you give these children the best. No, they suffer. And somebody wants to come and help them and you are frustrating the efforts. That is so bad. That is so bad. So those are the topics that we think we need to educate people a lot about this adoption. Adoptive age is 16, first you turn 16. Then a mother can adopt a niece. A father can adopt a nephew, and those kind of things. The only thing is the way you write it. These people have been under your custody care, and because you know that saying in the abroad, you can better off their life more than they in Cameroon. So those of us who stay there, those of you who can manage, help your siblings, help your sisters, help your nieces, your nephews. It helps a lot. I'm passing through this all these things, so people can, those who just came late can go back and see the procedure you can use. Thank you, Mr. Books. It's the same thing I'm talking about. In Limbe, I said they refuse. I said I fought with one until I was so pissed off. It's not as if they give them good education. No, the children are there to work for the other ones. You can, if you go to orphanage, you cry, but they don't want to give. So the government needs to put something in place that this is a procedure to adopt a child from the orphanage. They need to do it, and as we speak, I will do everything possible to find out a breakthrough on that. Because most people think that to adopt a child from the orphanage is even advantageous. That child would look at you as her own biological or his or her own biological parents, because most of them, the orphanage means that they don't have anybody but the orphanage. So if you adopt a child from the orphanage, a child takes you that you are the almighty, you are the only person who can take care of him. But those people in the orphanage have a different ballgame altogether, and I think something needs to be done about it. Bella Fountain, you're welcome, darling, sweetheart. Welcome. So something needs to be done about it when it comes to that adoption in this thing. And like, thank you for that, Mr. Book. So what I will do, I will take upon myself, I will go to the DO's office, I will go to the court and find out exactly that procedure of adopting people from the orphanages, because that is the best place. If you don't have because those people are suffering. If you go and visit an orphanage, when you come to bring them, they will be singing. Oh, they are glad, they are happy that you give them just a bag of rice and maybe granules. But go there, they want to take these children out of their misery. Those people don't refuse. They refuse. Why are they refusing? Because they benefit more having those children there. But if you own a good orphanage and you train children, people will come and adopt the children. Normally, because they feel that if you adopt those children, it's almost free. Yes, it's almost free because these children, you are helping them. But people, these are people that they give them food and those kind of things. If you adopt a child from the orphanage, that child will eventually go back to the orphanage and think about you, about that particular orphanage to better off their life. That's what the government should put in place. But you know, the way Cameroon government operates, because I was even shocked when I called one of my friends who is a judge in the office, and I was telling, say, but this thing over difficult. I said, but you people should make it easy for us. Not us as a lawyer, you get my, as lawyers, for the population, those who are willing to do it. Because a woman will be comfortable to adopt a child that does not have a parent than to adopt somebody whom tomorrow will come and tell you that after all, my papa, they be bring me before you can't take me. Those are things that we know today in life. Bella Fountain, that's what I don't know. That's what they're supposed to be that. But what I'm saying is that those people at the orphanage, they are very, they don't even want to do it. Normally, there's supposed to be a contract based on that, like as if, like I was saying before you came in, that if you want to adopt a child from their parents, like the parents are alive, you make an affidavit. They make an affidavit of consent to prove that they are freely giving their consent for you to adopt your child. So if tomorrow they cannot come back tomorrow and say that you took their child without their consent, that's how it is. So why I'm saying that the orphanages are difficult is because we tried it once and it was so difficult. I had to fight with the man and those kind of things. Then when I called my friend who was a judge, and she told me that is the difficulties they've been going through. Normally you have to go to Yaoundé. There's a lot of breaks, but somebody needs to pick it like human kind of. I have a friend who is this human rights lawyer. I'm doing that course now in the US, that kind of thing. But it's in the US. That I can use it and with layers together and say this is what we should do for the orphanages. We go there and we see it's not about collecting money from people. No, people are willing to adopt these children and make them better life. And these children, if they know that they came out from that orphanage, they will never forget their roots. That is their roots. That's their roots. So the next time when I find out from that topic, I'll come again and talk on it exactly about those. Of course, those guidelines must be. So if you want to start, first of all, the way, and I want to believe that those people from the orphanage are behaving like that because the government is really lax in the way they do their things. Thank you. It's because the government they have not put anything in place that you can force them that this is what we should do. Because normally, if you go now, like they told me, go to Yaoundé, go to social welfare services in Yaoundé, and they say procedure is so long, of which you can do. Then why do we have offices here, like their branch offices in the southwest, that you can walk up to them and say, okay, I'm interested in this child in the orphanage, and I want to take, and they put the procedures. Even if it means buying the child off the orphanage, people are willing to do that. People are willing to do that. I have people who are willing to buy children from the orphanage. It's not as if, and one thing about those people, they don't buy the children. They can just go and see people, and their mothers will go abandon the children there. It's something, it's just, I don't know what to say, but it is a very painful thing. It's a very painful thing because people wouldn't have been bothered about this orphanage. If you don't have anybody that you want to, you just go to an orphanage, you do the procedure, fill the form, do everything, go to the social welfare lady, she makes her reports, every other person, and you go to adopt the child. That's how that's how it's supposed to be. But they told us that when you are from the orphanage, you adopt the child. They give you some period of 6 months to stay with that child, and they will be coming to your house every week to come and see whether the child is in order, whether the child is in good state, and that kind of stuff. I laughed. A child who stays in the orphanage and is suffering, then somebody takes the child and bring the person to your personal house. They will be coming to your house to verify if that child, anyway, it's not even the orphanage people, it's the state, it's the delegate of social affairs, or from their office, they will be sending somebody to come and see if the child is there. If the child sits there for 6 years, for that 6 months, and the child is, then you can officially now go to court and adopt the child. Then that will be the state of Cameroon, the orphanage, and you. So you are the applicant, then the state of Cameroon as a respondent, and the orphanage per se. That's how it is. Yeah, of course, they are depriving a lot of them. That's why you see, so those children, most of them, they don't. Even if you go there, if you go to the orphanage, you give them there was one orphanage that we went to give food, bags of rice. You know that they were selling it. They took it of feeding those children. They were selling it to people. I was like, wow. But since Cameroon, we don't have those, we've not put those things in place so that if people are caught doing such nasty, they should be punished. Close it down, but that's Cameroon for you and I. So that's that about adoption. So I think any other question that needs to be dealt with, somebody should just ask. Let's finish on that. Like now, I've said, people, those of you who came late, you can start from the beginning. You see what it takes for adoption to be done in Cameroon, in America, what is done. And those of you in Europe that you want to adopt, read through the lines. Because normally the lawyers, I'm sorry, I'm a lawyer, but we need to, what we do is we are more interested in the money, and since it does not concern us, go to read, because I believe everybody is learned in one way or the other. Go and read the laws. There are some things, there are some little things that you might grasp that the lawyer will not say, and you guide him, say, this is this. I had that experience myself, in the sense that when we left Cameroon with my kids, we went to the US. Automatically, because they got there before they turned 18, they were supposed to have the American citizen, since their father was a citizen already. So when we got there, their father became sick. So what I did was like, okay, I had to do it myself. So I contacted the service of a lawyer. They gave me a different procedure. You have to pay $4,000 something for one person. And I went back to the books and I read it. I said, but I'm not supposed to pay anything. This is the law. This is what the law says. And I took upon myself and I filled the form. I went to the stairs. I wanted to make their passport direct. They asked me all sorts of questions. I bought every document that they asked for, their birth certificate, baptismal card when they were born. I bought it. They asked for their students that when they were in secondary school. All I bought it. They asked for insurance. Luckily, their father they were insured. I bought their insurance from the day they were born and everything. Finally, they asked until that one fateful day, after they had submitted, they still wrote me another letter. They were asking something, so that I should be discouraged. I just got up. I called their father. I said, we are going to then their father was on a wheelchair, so I just called this wheelchair car van. All of us entered and we went to the passport office, and I said, this is their father. Presented his passport. There and there, they issued their passport. So that's how it is, because people, they make you to be, you frustrate, they try to frustrate you to see whether you are really serious. So most often, when they write letters, they say, they overwrite letter, and they write again. No, reply on all the letters that they send to you. Show proof that these children were under your custody. Show proof. How do you show proof? You cannot show proof that you were staying in Cameroon with them. No, that is practically impossible. They will know that you are lying. Just tell them that legal custody. What is legal custody? I was taking care of these children, even while in the US. I'm the one paying their school fees. I'm the one responsible for their hospitalization. I'm the one responsible for their well-being, their welfare, and everything. Only an affidavit. If you don't have receipts, you make an affidavit in the High Court or Court of First Instance and signed by the Commissioner for Oath. That's it. You send them. They will send you another letter. You reply. Whatever they ask you, make sure you reply. Or you got to a point that they will give it to you. That's what people don't know. So that's the difficulties. I said, let me clarify based on adoption in the US. When people ask me, don't tell they frustrate you, I said, they don't frustrate you now. Patience is a virtue. Always be patient. In Europe, I don't know, but I'll master it. Miss Bookley, you said something about Europe. I don't know how you can get to me behind the scene, and let's talk on that. Let me look for that Europe law, and I will know the guidelines to give you when it comes to that. If you want to do it, I'll give you guideline. That's it. I hope the topic makes a lot of sense. Someone wants to write. I'm just seeing 3 likes. How many people? This is a topic that is very good. People should hit the like button, because these are things that will educate a lot of people, because people don't know. They're afraid to adopt, like especially that part that you think that if you immediately adopt a child, you need to take the child within. No. Once the adoption goes through, you must not take the child immediately. No, take the child at your pace, at your time, and even after the child turns, after age 16, you've already adopted the child. So but you must adopt the child before he turns 16. He or she turns 16. That's the thing about adoption. So I think this topic now is good. We are 49 minutes into the show. So what's other topic I wanted to talk about? Like I said, I have not been in this media for long, like about those channels that are here, they insult people a lot. I've made up my mind never to be part of it. I'm following up my own things in my own way, slowly but surely. But one of my daughters called me yesterday and was crying that they said I was responsible for someone I've never spoken to. I was just laughing. I said, well, you know, this media now, people just sit and think rubbish and they say what they want to say. I say, don't bother about it. You know the truth will always come. And I believe at this stage in people's life, we all have our focuses. And you think if something not at this point that you want to be fighting with people, no. There's only one way to fight, through the courts. If you cannot succeed through the courts, let it be. That's it. So people hallucinate a lot. People say things that are not worth to be listened to. Just concentrate on yourself. I just told that child, don't bother about it. I don't want to listen to what they are saying. I don't want to know what they are saying. Because whatever you do, people will always talk. That's the truth. The issue there is I just teach them educative topics. When they talk about you, it's because you are better, bigger, and everything. So prove a point that you are like that. And there's one thing I've always said: if you're on that fake profile and you insult me on that fake profile, it's because you're afraid. It's because you have a complex. Because if you come to me and I do something and you tell me that Barrister Mado, this thing that you did is wrong, honestly, I will apologize to you, or I'll explain my own side to you. But if you think you can sit under a fake profile and you are condemning somebody without hearing the person's side of the story, then you are the loser. Because in every story, there are 2 sides. You are the loser. At this point in my life, I don't think I want to impress anybody. I want to make anybody, sweetheart, you're welcome to know this step. At this point in my life, I don't want to impress anybody. Whatever I'm doing, I know that what I'm doing is right. I'm going forward doing and doing what I think is good for me. If I'm forgiving anybody, it's because I think the person needs to be forgiven. I'm not here to please anybody. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do with your own life, because nobody tells me what to do with my own life. Those who know my journey of life, they know I'm somebody who all my life, I've been very loyal when it comes to friendship, when it comes to relationship, when it comes to every other thing. If I love you to extremes. If I like you, no, it's not the rubbish. Voice of the voiceless. I was just trying to make some few points. I'm not insulting anybody. I'm just saying that at this point in our life, voice of the voiceless, listen. At this point in our life, it's just positivity. Just look at the better things that you can gain from life. It's not about because if they start saying that you are sponsoring somebody whom you don't know, it's something for you to just say no. I'm not, because somebody very close to me got to me, Mommy Mado, this is what is happening. I said, no, I'm not aware. So I need to use this body and just explain that no, I am not part of anything, and I've moved on with my life. So what's about this? It is very necessary to just clear that small part that I have not been part of it, I will not respond to anybody because I know my focus. The focus is to teach people the little things that they fail to understand. That's it. That's it. So it's not about, because you probably you are everywhere. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to say that, no, this person is very close to me. There are people who have come to tell me, I said, no, I'm not part of it. Please don't tell me. I said, Mommy, this. I was like, what is going on? I'm not aware, voice of the voiceless. Honestly. Yes. That's what that's what I do. Better Fante, maybe this is the first time you're coming here. That's what I do. Every topic I put in educative things. Every topic. The other time I was talking about land, obtaining land in Cameroon. Voice of the voiceless. Now, no, don't do good show. Don't deny. We don't do a good show now. Like you said, it's a good thing. Like you said, it's a good topic that you said. There are times you just need to just say something in the general terms that you are not part of it any longer. You've moved. Now it's educative things. You need to educate people a lot of on topics that, like the last time I don't know whether you were here. I talked about land issues, how to acquire land in Cameroon. The other time I was talking about a lot of divorces going on. Then today I said I will talk precisely on adoption. Before I just said, let me just chip in that little thing. I've moved no more into this thing. It's now education. We educate a lot. If you have any topic today, somebody can say that, okay, talk on this topic, and we talk about it. I said we will talk on adoption, and I think today we've made a lot of good topics, like people who have asked, we have talked about 3 other people that said they are interested, and I'll give them guidelines. I must not be the person who will do it for you, but I will give you guidelines. But when I'm in the US and it comes, you can get to me and I will help you. Yes, I will help you out how to do it in America, because I'm in America. You can call me, Meche, how do I go about this? I'll say, okay, this is the letter to come to you. When it comes to you, we've written between the line and you fill it yourself and you send it to me. Other than wasting money because on millions of thousands of dollars, and finally you don't get it. You get my point? So when it comes to that, get to me. If the lawyer files it here in Cameroon, because I'm not here, then it comes to the US, I will not take money from you. I'll just guide you while you are doing it. I'll tell you, do this yourself, so you know exactly what you are doing. That's how it is. Because most people are getting confused about this adoption in America. Oh, they don't deny we. Oh, no, if you do this, no. I've done about 15 adoptions. I don't think they refused anyone. Anyway, that was then. Even recently, I did one, and they still filed it 7 last year. We just filed it. It's still going on and on. But when the person that told me that I did in Cameroon came to America, I should do. I said, no, do it yourself. But when you are stuck, then I'll come in. Because if I file it, I'll have difficulties. Probably if you come. When I stuck there, then I can come in as a lawyer that did it in Cameroon. So that's it. So the person filed himself. We are waiting. They gave him about 8 months. So after 8 months, they write back to him. Then I'll start replying. So that's what we was talking about. Voice, don't bother. That's what we do. You know that when you say social, you just need to exonerate yourself in one way or the other. For those who want to believe in you, because people will not believe. Some people have their stereotype ideas. They will not believe. So just those who are minded. But to be told, like I said, don't tell me what they say about me, because it will not help me. It will not help you. So those are the things we're talking. So today was adoption. The next topic, somebody should write the next topic. I'll work on it, and we know what to do. So what should be our next topic? Based on things that happen in Cameroon: land, purchase of land, adoption, divorce. Not to fight because me, I don't do criminal cases. Just normal. Then opening businesses in Cameroon. That's another aspect. Opening businesses in Cameroon. Another thing that people really want to know is about opening an NGO. No. First of all, thank you. No, the issue there is a different ball game. I will not dwell on that. Honestly, I will not dwell on that. It's as if it's bothering me. No, I'll just chip in something. Wheels. That one. Mabella. A colleague just wrote something on wheels on interstate today, and I congratulated him. I told him I'll buy it on Tuesday when I go to court. Tuesday is tomorrow. I'll grab a copy. That one in Cameroon, Wales inheritance, my dear. The law is not strict per se, but there's a lot of something. But let me just throw a bit of light. The bottom line is, if you make your will before you die, just make your will and keep one to your lawyer or your bank. Voice of the voice. Let me finish and I'll go to that land certificate. Okay, the wills, living wills. When you're alive, it's always good to have your will, because we've seen families that were one. That when those who had money were alive, they were together. But immediately the marriage dies, everything goes off because they did not keep a will. And even if they make a will, the tendency is that most people will come and argue they are not satisfied, but they will say will. Once there's a will, you go to court for it to be endorsed, and no matter what it takes, they will rely on that will, because it was a wish of the dead man, which is last wish. They can only challenge that will if they notice that it was done under duress or under an influence. But how do you know whether a will was done under the influence while the person, because nobody knows where the person's will is. That's how it is. That's how it is. Thank you, Shirat. Having a land certificate, it depends. Like I said the other time, if you're buying local native land, what is native land? Native land is this land that is allocated to people from the villages. Then you go and buy a land that does not have original land certificate. That's where it takes a lot of time. It can take about 6 months, 7 months, because you have to pass through pass through the land consultative borders, through the deal. No, they pass through the chief signs from over the day. You go now to the land consultative border, they convoke people. Now they go and look the land, to realize that it's not a combat. Then they publish it. Once they publish it, that this land is being processed, they will go now through the board and you look for 6. I think it's whether 1 month or 2 months. You start now from there. Once it's put, they start follow up the land certificate from everywhere, the native land and all, before you get to Boya. Then they'll publish it again in Boya. After you must have finished with the chiefs, the DO's office, land consulting board, they're going to publish it in Boya. And I think for another 1 month, you pay an amount of money before you come. So normally, without a land certificate, without a land certificate, it takes about 6 to 1 year. But when you have a land, you purchase a land with a land certificate, you can even do it for 2 weeks. No, I don't even know. That's what I was talking about before. Big series, Voice of Process session. Also, I've never been close to that child. You people know that. I've never been close to her. So to me, it's like when the person told us, I laughed. I said, "Where I got the media, whatever it is." But you cannot. If somebody hates you, you cannot change it. So they will say whatever they want to say. That's why I call hallucinating. But it's okay. It's okay. Some of us have these people because we need to educate people on little things, not on nitty-gritties. That's it. So on the land that has a land certificate. Once you buy a land from somebody who has a land certificate and the person needs to transfer it to your name, the first thing is a lawyer that drafts the deed. Then the lawyer now goes to land to the land. Is a year now we are following land certificate. It did not have probably it's the native land. That one did not have this thing. I've never been close to her. That's forget about that talking. Waka, no matter how old you are, for the land certificate. No, if you are young, you cannot have land certificate in your name. You can put it in one of your parents' name. Your parents will be on top, then your own comes under. Okay, native land, yes, that's the procedure now. It's long. That's why I told you 6 to 1 year. 6 to 1 year, depending on how pushful the person is. But when it comes to the land that has a land certificate, my dear, you just pay the lawyer. The lawyer makes a deed, takes it to taxation to register the deed. From taxation, now you go up to Boya and they do mutation, transfer. If transfer from the man's name to your name, but if it's a land that you have to partition it between the two. They just do this, they call it dismemberment. They cut his own section, they cut your own section, survey plan. You just you take your surveyor goes there, does your survey plan now in your name. Then you take it now along with the deed of conveyance that has been done by your lawyer, registered. Then the technical reports too for that particular land on your own. Then you take it out to Boya. Then they establish your own land certificate in your name. Yes, that was the procedure then, but I'm sure it has been amended, because then when they did that land tenure about 10 years back, or 10 or 15 years back, it was in 73. It was like you are not up to the age of having a land certificate. You are not up to 40 or 35 to have a land certificate. That was when that thing was done. But now I'm sure the new land tenure will cover that. Because those who were born after 1974, 73, were not supposed to have a land certificate. But it depended on when that land tenure was brought out, which entails that they were not up to the age of owning a land. But now, somebody born in 73 is how many years now? It's already 50. So we are old enough to own a land. So that's how it is now. So the procedure, the next land tenure will be done. Then that was what I was explaining to Waka Waka. So then what you should do is you should take you put it under your mother's name or your father's name. You put your father's name and your name is under. You get my point? This on behalf of this. But today I'm sure it's no longer like that, because people now, a man of 50 is supposed to own a land. When that land tenure was done, people were still young, so they limited it. So that was the reason. Okay. Do not disturb. Welcome, sweetheart. So what other topic? I have only 6 likes. Where people should like now? Like the video. That's all. This is my office downstairs, my house. So I pack some of the things. Like when I have work at night, this is where I work. But I don't. Because if I sit in the comfort of my room, I'll be sleeping, or even in the living room, I'll be sleeping just in that comfortable chair. So when I come down here, I'm for myself, cool. I just do my things my own way, and it's finished. I don't know, but I know that it's no longer functional. My dear, now 7 years I live Cameroon and they practice, but no, I'm not be functional. I'm picking the office they do, because I get my clients where they born for 79. I don't do it like some 8 land certificates. Yeah, I don't do it like some 8 land certificates. So I don't think that law it's repugnant now. It's still very valid. So that's how it is. So I encourage everybody to buy a land. I encourage everybody to adopt 1 child from your family. If you can't, go to an orphanage and adopt a child. It's good to help your siblings, help your family, because mommy, you enjoy that money when you change weight, help your family, help your siblings. Okay, thank you. That's true. That's true. At times you want to ignore them. They'll say you are ignoring them. It's true, mommy. Thank you for that advice. It's true. It's true. So we are that is done for today. Adoption, land, and wills. The next topic that I will bring is on wills. I'll really expatiate on that, and we talk on wills, inheritance, and everything. I felt so bad when I came back and I saw what God, this world. They say when you're dead, you're dead. Somebody bought some numerous piece of land here. I was the lawyer then. Simons of the deeds. I even have some in my cupboard here, photocopies and all. When I came, I learned the wife whom they had divorced a long time ago. I got married to another woman. Immediately the man died. The lady came. I was fighting the other lady. And you know what? The worst is that she has taken over all the land. I was, oh my God. I said, death. If I was here, I wouldn't have allowed it. Because it's a shame. It's a shame. That's why they said will is always very important. Yeah, that's what I'm saying that voice of the voiceless, I talk about registering a company or registering something for you to do a business. Registering, it's not really a company, an enterprise, or I'll give you people room for that. What it takes for you to register to start doing your business. You start by registration, you pay your taxes, and now everything is online. It's easier. You go and pay online. You can do your business anywhere. But the kind of business you have to invest now in labor, that's the problem. So find out. Let's not just go and think that everybody is there. No, let's look for something, bring an innovation. Do not disturb. They say you should not bring any frivolous topics here, please. Let's listen to voice of the voiceless. She said voice of the voiceless there for a year. So every disruption, let's forget about it. People always talk things that they don't know. So that's that about that. So this is Barrister Nfamto531. This that was one of my office, Esquire. Nfamto531 Esquire. I was trying to do it that way. It was long, so I could not go. I just said it was the images were not too clear, so I had to stay this way. So when I want to walk, I come down here and work. So that you are this place here. Hey God, I'll stay here for how many hours working? Yeah. First of all, you talk about. Next time we'll talk about that business. But the next topic will be on wills and inheritance. Then we talk about how to invest in Limbe, the beginning of your investment in Limbe. What you should do. First, you have your taxpayers card, that's the first thing for you to do. And you must have a trustworthy somebody for here that you can be working with the person. Anyhow it is, they will still cheat you. But then you have to make money somehow. That's how it is. So we'll talk on those topics. So if you give me topics that when I come, it's because people have been asking me a lot about adoption. That's why I decided to work on adoption today. So then when I call, we just brush it and we know exactly, especially some things that concerns that people can invest on. Land issues, but I will always advise anybody. Limbe is not a bush. There is no bush in Limbe. Waka Waka, I know she said she was staying around here. When we started staying here, we were the first and second for the bill here. That was the year 1998. We finished this place in 2000. See, the whole of this area was bushy. I was staying with it, I was afraid mosquitoes, night watchman. I had a night watchman. See, but today you cannot even buy a plot here. You can't. How you want to start now? Now from 40 million and above for this place now. So, but then that's as I said, see, the partition this place were they here. It was they were giving that time, early that 4 million, 98. And 4 million. Today, you cannot. Okay. Your land in Boya. Oh, please. I hope he has a land certificate. If he doesn't have a land certificate, my dear sister, me, I don't do them. I need to do them. I will always, I will guide you on what to do, how to follow it to obtain your land certificate. But if you don't have a land certificate, I know go do them. It's around Cité 6, between Cité 6 and Cité Sonara. That's where we started. I said, there was no way. I said, hey, I was afraid staying here. Today, you cannot even buy a plot here. How is that? Ha! I look at her and say, where Papa God? If I tell man get foresight. But then, even the baby house, I fed the day. That's all life did. So you acquire a lot of things. No. Just buy a one plot, keep them. When push come to shove, you just sell and do your thing. Just advise everybody, have something for yourself. It's very important. Because for America, all we not debtors. Today, we know if you miss payment one day, they throw away you. But even if a person finish pay a house, they worry you because you don't pay tax for the house. What? Witchcraft. But yeah, we don't finish bill. It's just so like white people. Okay, Sokolo. Yeah, Sokolo. Sokolo now safe at a different level. If you imagine Sokolo in those days, but Sokolo on a different level. Especially outside for field. That's why the outside we field day. You see a house ready for there, you ask yourself, say, now this limbe will be no. Yeah. Then Mukondange, all that side, all has been taken. Now development goes that way. Until I went to Eddie now, I was seeing how buildings to Eddie. I said, what? So anywhere in Limbe now is pampa. So when immediately you see a plot, just buy and keep. If you buy a plot today, in the next 2 years, you don't the price don't double, don't triple. So that's what we do. Love you all, girls. Let me see. Voice of the voiceless, thank you for being who you are. Thank you for the good advice. But you know, you at times you are tempted to reply to such things. But then a lot of accusations have been going on, a lot of things have been going on. But like I said, whether you reply or don't reply, people have their stereotype build, their stereotype ideas. There's not, you cannot change. So that's the library downstairs. Oh, that's my library downstairs. Books. Want to go upstairs. And I'll go office now. Oh my goodness. 74. Oh. Thank you, voices. That was a good advice. Thank you so much. And I'll crave your own indulgence too, all of you. That now I wear that glasses. Even though this is a lens too. This is my lens too. I'll crave for your indulgence too, for those of you who listen to these people, because I no longer listen to them. There are times when you hear something, try to decipher them. I don't know whether they just believe everything you hear on the street. Try to put one and one together and think that there are times you don't need to believe everything that you hear on the street, because if people have grudge against you, they'll always say nasty things because to suit their whims and caprices. But he who wears the shoes knows where it pinches. And like I said, there must be justice for that, whether we like it or not. That's it. So I'm not here to please anybody. I'm pleasing myself. If I decide to forgive somebody, it's my mind. My mind has told me to do that. I'm sorry, I'm going to this topic again. If my mind says I should not, I will not. But if my mind tells me to do it, you want to go for heaven, and you want to go for heaven. Nobody, you are some person. Now one person to go for heaven. And nobody can tell you what to do at this stage of my life. I've passed through a lot. I've suffered a lot. I've worked so hard to maintain my reputation, so nobody will destroy it and go scot-free. You pick the boss, you pick the boss, and the first person that brought us to media and has not relented. We know everything, but then you say one thing after the other, one topic at a time, one thing at a time. You get to that bridge, we'll cross it. Thank you, love you all. Love you all.